on a Media Monday.
Hey everyone, I'm Ron Klopfanstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. We want to welcome everyone who's streaming the video of this broadcast on Facebook Live, as well as our audio streaming audience at 955theheat.com, and those of you listening on our broadcast at 95.5 FM. Tonight, we're going to be hanging out with musical guests Ophelia's Looking Glass and Ace Morreale from the Oneida County Pride Alliance, and I'll take you to the other side for Drawn in Glass, an exhibition that opened this past weekend. But first, in 1948, the New York State Legislature created the Boards of Cooperative Educational Services. That's BOCES. But you didn't know what BOCES was. That's what BOCES means, and it provides shared educational programs and services to school districts within the state. So one of the programs that they have at BOCES is called the Pathways in Technology Early College High School, P-TECH. It's a course that offers an integrated high school and college curriculum that focuses on science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. That's all. And here's something else that's really cool. Chelsy Plows will be the first female student in New York State to graduate from P-TECH with civil engineering degree. And Chelsy was my student at New York Mills a few years ago. I am so proud of her. She's here in the studio now. Chelsy Plows, welcome to 95.5 FM The Heat. You are a trailblazer. How does that feel?
Thank you. It feels really great, to feel like I might empower a new young girl who comes in.
Absolutely.
To civil engineering and might think, well, it's not a really female-oriented pathway.
Right.
And I know when I was just starting, it was very nerve-wracking and
How so?
So when I decided, when you join P-TECH at first, you don't join choosing a certain degree. So you get a little bit of time to think about it.
Like an undeclared major in college.
So you all kind of learn the same courses, and then your 10th or 11th grade year, you have to choose the course that you want to go on. So I decided civil engineering because I was really into the design aspect of it. And
what is civil engineering?
Okay, civil engineering.
Because you hear engineering, and so you could think like a bioengineer, a medical engineer, a chemical engineer. What's a civil engineer?
Well, to me, a civil engineer is someone who really just tends to the public. So we do things like not only design roads and buildings and structures.
Oh, like the highways and bridges and stuff.
And transportation and the DOT and stuff like that. But we also keep it going and keep it working and keep it the way things need to be. The main thing in civil engineering is keeping the public safe.
So has that always fascinated you?
Yeah, it has. I've always loved people, and I want to make sure.
Kind of how things flow, like how traffic flows and stuff.
I've always been curious about, how I've always thought to myself, how are all these roads built? There's so many of them, How are they built? How do you think out how they're built? These big bridges and these big curves and things like that. And that's a little bit of what we're learning about right now.
Well, how are they built? How are they designed? What are some of the things that are considered when people are designing these things? What do they teach you?
Yeah, so right now I'm in a transportation class, which teaches a lot about that. It's a lot of math. So to your question, when we're building a road and it's on a curve, a big hill, one of the biggest things we have to think about is what that slope has to be so that a car can travel safely. Right. And if you're coming up over the hill at night and you can't see, you have to think about that slope that it has to be at so that you can safely see what's in front of you.
Yep, and probably winter time and rain and stuff
definitely.
Like that.
And then for a horizontal curve, for a turn on a thruway, for example, those are for obviously so you don't have to stop and make a 90-degree turn. So we have to think about the design speed of the road. And how fast you can safely go to turn on that road and keep the flow of the traffic going.
So it sounds like a lot of math and science.
It's a lot of math and science, and that's kind of a surprise that kind of hit me when I joined the program.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Because a little bit also why I chose civil engineering was because I thought it was going to be one of the more easier pathways. It's not. I will tell everyone here that it is not an easier pathway. There is
it's tons of math. It's a hard path to
Lots of math. Lots of things that my brain has never thought of. These different things that I'm being taught that I've never even heard of.
What is that like?
So what that's like is kind of being in a room where you feel like everyone knows more than you. When I came to the program, I was a 16-year-old girl, and everyone around me from 18 to 50-year-old men in my classes, they have that kind of experience.
Oh, because it's college classes too,
This
right?
is college, right, at
cool.
NBCC.
Yeah. So what's that like? You're 16 years old, you get to take a college class, you know? Did you actually go there?
Yeah, so...
Oh, neat.
For the P-TECH program, it's a 4 to 6 year program. So for me, I was on the 4-year program. So the first 9th and 10th grade, I was at BOCES taking all my courses at BOCES. Right starting at 10th grade, starting at 11th grade, Starting at 11th grade, I was full-time on the MVCC campus.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
It is, and it was a big shock.
Grade, you must have felt really cool being in college,
Yeah, a little bit, but it's a big shock too, because you're around all these people you've never seen before, different ages, completely different backgrounds. It's completely different from anything that I've ever experienced.
How did you adjust?
Well,
and how did they prepare you?
Right, okay, so P-TECH is very deep into the preparation of what you do to get to the college. So what's different from a normal high school, I would say, is at P-TECH, there's a lot of days where we have business partners and companies and different places come into BOCES, and we sit down with these people and we meet with them one-on-one.
Yeah.
So we'll
to network and stuff.
Networking, getting used to it.
You must get so much valuable feedback from
Definitely.
And professionals in the actual field.
Yes. Yeah, like a lot of big people will come and they'll come to our events, and at a normal high school, when you just like have a project and you have to present it up on the board, for P-TECH we had a project and we got to present it in front of these business partners. So we would set up in our classes and in the big rooms, and then what would happen is the business partners would come and we would actually present it to them rather than just our classes. So that also helped us, learn how to talk to different people and talk to hire people, and also they were always so kind and welcoming, so we got a lot of networking.
What an amazing experience, like to do the real thing, you know, to actually do that. So now, that must be incredibly concentrated, because you're going to get like the equivalent, like really a 4-year high school degree plus a 2-year college within the 4 years. What is your day? What are your days like? So like how many classes do you take, and what's the load like, the workload?
For the 4-year path, I take 5 classes each semester.
So like a full-time college load.
Right. Yeah. Full-time college load, and then...
Which is impressive for somebody your age. And for any kid, actually, full-time load is hard.
So I don't think it's too bad, because honestly, for the college courses, we get a lot more time off. Right. Like I will have 2 classes a day, but those 2 classes are like 3-hour labs, then a 2-hour lecture, and then a 3-hour lab, and a 2-hour lecture.
It's different.
So it's a lot to adjust to, but the first year is different. For my first year, I had a class every hour, kind of like high school. But as you work your way up, you get more in depth to these harder classes, and you need more time in those classes. I mean, I had a 4-hour physics lab. So
how did they know that you were right for this program? Because talking about 4-hour physics labs as a high school senior and stuff, they must have had to see stuff and I saw this in you as a student too, but what did they see in you in 8th grade to tell them that you could handle this?
To be honest, I'm not really sure.
What did you see in yourself?
Right.
What qualities would you like to see in people coming into the program? I teach 8th graders now in Utica. What qualities should my kids have, if they want to be in this program too?
I think that a big aspect of it would be the willing to step out of your comfort zone. You might look at a student who's shy or a student who doesn't talk much and think, well, they wouldn't be right for this program. But, in my mind, it would be maybe they're shy or nervous or something.
Maybe it's better for them.
Right. For me, too, I mean, I've never really been shy, but the program helped me so much to step out of my comfort zone. It's crazy the difference in me that I can go on my own independently and talk to people. And, even right now, I would have never been able to do that before.
It probably felt good to, have the opportunity to, be more mature. Right?
Yeah, and have people take you more seriously, because when you're in college and you're in the courses and you're surrounded by all these people, you can't expect them to hold you at a lower standard just because you're young. They hold you at the same standard as everyone else, every other normal college student. So it kind of forces you to become a harder working student and a better
I would imagine a very hard working student. What is the homework load like?
Oh, that's a good question.
How do you manage?
Okay, so the homework load is hefty. Mm-hmm. So it's not that we have so many assignments, but it's that the assignments are very...
I bet they're project-based, right?
So...
In-depth?
They're very in-depth. So for example, for my strength of materials class, where we learn the different things that happen within a material, like tension and compression and things like that, we will have one homework assignment, and we have to do a week from the day we get it. Mm-hmm. But the homework assignment includes 15 questions on how to figure out, the stress in this material, and then, the tension in this one, and then you have to put the materials together and figure it out then, and then you have to figure out what material would work for this, what wouldn't work for this, and you have to go through the appendices. So and
you got to do all
you can't use AI for any of this stuff, not that I've tried.
Which is good because like if someone designs a bridge, you want them to know what they're doing.
Right, yes, because if you cannot go into this thinking that it's kind of like a doctor. You have to know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. What excites you about this field? What excites you about STEAM and BOCES and P-Tech and all this stuff?
I've always been super enthusiastic about this stuff because number one, I've always wanted to be more hands-on. I'm not someone who likes to sit in a classroom.
You're very smart, too.
I try my best, but...
I could tell that right from the start.
Thanks. I've never been just one to want to sit down and just listen to a lecture, which there is a lot of that, and I'm not saying there's not, but it is important. But at the same time, the civil engineering part of it, I want to be out on the field and working and doing stuff. And, there's a lot of different parts to civil engineering. It's not just going out and building, there's project manager, there's soil testing, there's concrete testing, there's tons of different parts of civil engineering. But the thing that excites me the most is that you're doing something that's going to be useful, and you're doing something that will never, people will never run out of needing civil engineering.
Oh, right.
Forever. People need civil engineers.
It's so important, too. Mm-hmm. Yeah. What advice would you have for a female student, maybe, who wants to go into this field, too? Yeah, so I would say, don't be scared to step out of that, they're all going to be men, and they're all, because that was my biggest worry, was that, I'm going to be surrounded by people who know way more than me about this stuff, and I was. Right. But nobody was judgmental, and everybody kind of understood where I was, and even if you do have that one person that kind of judges you for not knowing, or you're young, or you're a girl, what do you know? Don't let that person stop you. Yeah. You keep doing what you're doing, and you're going to get there. Who inspires you? My parents inspire me. My dad inspires me. Tell me about them. Well, my dad inspires me because he actually has very high jobs that he does. Yep. And he doesn't have high education. He does a lot. He does really important work. Raises a lot of money, I think, for people that, He does about probably 25 events a day. Yeah. And that's really hard stuff. It's very stressful. Done that, so I know. It's very stressful stuff that he does, and I'm just he always has told me, don't let that education portion kind of depict what you do. If you don't have good he's never been the parent that's you brought back a C or a D, you're a failure. No. Because he told you to keep going, to have grit and resilience. And although he did go back to college and get his associate's degree, but even before that, he held positions that nobody with just a high school degree would have been able to hold. And I think that really inspires me. That's really great. Yeah, and you and your sisters, both, you're all very strong females too. And I think that says a lot about your mom and dad, and especially your dad too, So one more time, what is P-Tech like, and what do you do? What do people do in P-Tech? And if someone is interested in P-Tech, what would you say to them? P-Tech is a program that helps you prepare to go to college early. That's it, put simply. If you want to join P-Tech, you would want to be someone who's into engineering. Yeah. Because a lot of people who
that I know that have joined P-Tech, you know, they wanted to do stuff that didn't
It's
have
kinda
to do
like
with
a STEAM
engineering.
focus.
It is
thing, so,
definitely
yeah,
a STEAM
yeah.
focus. You only get a certain amount of degrees to choose from, and the only ones that aren't engineering are business and human services.
Yep, yep.
So definitely be interested in engineering, which engineering is a very wide term. I don't
really
know.
is, right.
But that's a great
And
thing.
like you don't know what you're going to do in your field. Like once you get there, like in your career, you may do all the different paths
Definitely.
and different things
Definitely.
and stuff. It's so great though, like it's so broad.
Yeah.
You know? And I'll bet that being in this program, you know, like going to college itself, it teaches you how to think.
It does.
You know,
It does.
It teaches you how to like stick with it and get your work done and stuff. And so, Chelsea, I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you so
You know,
much.
it's a great thing, and like you will inspire others to do that too. So, when we return, I'll take you to the other side for Drawn in Glass, an art exhibit that opened this past weekend at the other side. We're also going to be joined by Ace Morreale from the Oneida County Pride Alliance, and later in the show, Ophelia's Looking Yes will be here for a musical guest. I'm Ron Klopfanstein. You're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. I'll have more after the break.
This is Ron Klopfanstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the hot seat on this Media Monday. I'm Ron Klopfanstein. Our friends at the other side opened Drawn in Glass, an exhibition of the work of glass artist Tina Betz on Saturday. Photojournalist and AI content producer Jim Hale and I were there on Saturday. I'm Ron Klopfanstein at the other side in Utica, where Drawn in Glass, a glass sculpture exhibition by artist Tina Betz, is opening tonight. I'm with Tina Betz. She's the artist who's being featured tonight at the opening. And Tina, why don't you tell us a little bit about about your work here? It looks like a rib cage with a bird's nest underneath it.
Yes.
And it's, I'm kind of describing it for the radio audience here as well as the video audience. I would say it has like kind of a gold color to it.
So it's made of flame-worked glass. So I paint a sheet of glass first with glass enamels, fire those on in a kiln, and then I cut that sheet of glass into strips.
Wow.
And then in a torch flame, I take that strip and I pull it into strands. So the paint on the glass enamels that I fired on, I made sure that they looked kind of bone-like, sort of whites and grays, and sort of a painterly sort of wash of different colors. And that way it looks more natural, like the real organic thing.
So this entire thing, including the nest, was once a flat piece of glass?
So the nest is actually brass wire.
Okay.
So that's made out of brass, and then the rib cage sits on top of that. So that's sort of the base for the rib cage. But the rib cage is fully made of flame-worked glass.
So originally this was like a flat piece of glass?
Glass, and then I cut it into strips. Yeah.
How do you how do you get it to bend and shape?
So those strands of glass, if you can imagine working with linguine, perhaps.
Yeah.
So basically, a strand is like a piece of linguine that I'm using a torch flame to bend it, to make it move and make it curve. And I work from the tabletop up, so I have like an armature that I'm working from, like a little piece that is holding it to the table. And then I'm working from that. So I created each individual rib separately. And it's freeform. It's basically, which is why the show is called Drawn in Glass, because it's basically like a three-dimensional drawing. It's like a piece of linguine that I'm using. I've been working in glass probably 45 years.
Okay.
And so it's not something somebody can do, just starting. But you kind of have to be the glass as you're working with it. And because I've used it in so many different ways, which can be seen in the show, it's sort of inherent in my hands know what to do. So yeah.
Do you often integrate natural themes and text into your work?
So the text, I think, is just an added layer, and I don't necessarily point it out right away, but it's a structure, right? So like any kind of writing, no matter what language.
The actual font of the letters themselves.
And so it's kind of lends itself. So this watering can piece is made up of the word nurture. And
Interesting.
so it has another brass wire bird nest in it.
Yes.
And then in script it says nurture over and over again in order to build the water can. And then there's a robin up above, which is the nurture piece.
So it has the natural.
Yeah, so nature, the life cycle, reproduction, femininity, family, those are all themes that I like using.
I'm with Reiner. He's the director of the Other Side Gallery. So what is the Other Side?
The Other Side is a gallery and community forum, and it's the brainchild of Kim and Oren Domenico, who ran this coffee shop just next door.
Domenico's. As an artist yourself, what do you see when you look at Tina's work?
Well, when I saw Tina's work the first time, I thought, well, hi, there are not many people in the world who work with in this medium, no?
Yeah, it must be so hard with melted glass,
And,
the intricate
all these
shapes.
other things that I saw, people who are working with art, did completely different things. That barely could be defined as art. And to have here an artist who is a trained artist who ran through an art school and teaches art, and just these distinct things that makes you think to look at things
Pretty
differently.
amazing, yeah, right.
And the other thing,
sort of like looking at her work, it makes you look at nature differently too, which is kind of what art is supposed to do. I'm with Sherman, and you said you're a regular here at the Other Side. And why do you come out to support art and artists?
I think that art as a whole is something that is not highly valued in our society at large. And I think it is important to work on, there tends to be a focus on the economic development of a particular location, but I think the cultural capital is something that is equally, if not more, valuable to the health of a community. And I think that this place is a great place to foster that and create that movement here in Utica, because I think that this place is by people that love Utica, and it's for people that love Utica and want to support people that are doing things like this in the area.
Why do you love art?
That's a really tough question.
Why is it important to add to our cultural capital?
Well, I think the nature of capitalism creates standardization, right? And I think that art is our greatest defense against just the standard whitewashed corporate America that people are trying so fervently to push us into.
What do you see and feel when you look at, like, say, like this particular art? Like when you're exposed to art that's new, that was made by the hand, but perhaps with tools, but by hand, by an artist with a particular intention, maybe like with a Credo, like they want to prove some to the point. How does that make you feel? How does that enrich your life?
Well, this piece is extremely human, right? It's like somebody's sternum. So I think
Why does that matter? Especially right now, like when people are going hungry, like why is it important for us now to like really get in touch with our humanity?
I think it's, like I said, it's a form of resistance, right? Like, I think that there's something I think it's part of the idiosyncrasy, right? It's like you're trying to remain unique and particular and present to one place and time.
Yeah.
And I think that something like this, which was created by a woman from my place and time, is going to resonate with me because I've lived here my entire life. I love living here. And I look for other people that are living and working and trying to create something that is distinct to our time and place, because I think like we can live in nostalgia, but that belongs to something else, to other people, to a different time.
Right.
So I think like art, especially contemporary art or artists that are currently living and working in the field at the same time as you are living and working in the field, is important because it's particular to your time and place.
And the uniqueness is kind of what makes us human.
Yeah, absolutely.
So why glass?
I kind of have a love-hate relationship with glass. So I've been around it all my life. My parents had a fused ornaments business, fused glass ornaments, and so I stayed away from it for a very long time for that reason. But I got bit by the bug when I started casting glass, so pouring it hot from a furnace. You pour with actually this really long, 8-foot long ladle, and the ladle is just like a soup ladle would be, and you dip it into the hot glass in the furnace and you pour it. It's like magic.
Yeah.
So once I did that.
It must be all colored, right? As it comes out.
So there's a bee wing down there, and the funnels that are over there, those are casting glass.
Yeah.
So those are sand cast. So you push a funnel into the sand, and then you pour hot glass into that. So pouring glass is super, super amazing. Yeah. And when you watch glass being blown, it's also really amazing. But for me, when I saw that first casting happen when I was a freshman in college, I was hooked.
There's something so primal about that. You know, it's like volcanic, you know?
Yeah.
It is.
Cavemen weren't doing it, but they should have been.
Well, you know, like the melted glass, like the lava, you know, there's something, it's like an element,
That's
you know,
right.
so
Yeah, it's magic.
The other side is open to the public on Thursdays and Saturdays, and Tina Betz glass sculptures will be on display throughout November. At the other side, I'm Ron Klopfanstein for 95.5 FM, The Heat. I have that story online tonight on my Facebook page and my YouTube channel. And if you'd like more information on when you can see Drawn in Glass at the other side, check out their website at theothersideutica.org. For our radio listeners especially, I hope you enjoyed that original AI score by our AI content producer, Jim Hale. I think we were the only radio station around here who was an AI content producer right here at The Heat. So Ace Morreale joins me now. She's the director of the Oneida County Pride Alliance. And there's some big events coming up this weekend, but also I want to talk first about the Supreme Court decision. Decision really not to hear a case. What happened today?
So I only just heard about it. I was at work when it came out, so I do not have the details per se. But I do know that they rejected the petition to potentially overturn what essentially is the right to gay marriage.
Right, to marriage equality. And,
this was made by an anti-gay activist who's been in the game for quite a while now, but luckily the Supreme Court just rejected the plea altogether. Who has like 4 husbands, and you know.
I'm not going to get into that, but kids with different husbands, and she can judge me with my 25-year marriage. But so it's good. It solidifies, I think, our right to have which is one good thing in this
I would say that while I am grateful that the Supreme Court at this time has decided to reject the plea, it is still an issue that LGBTQ individuals have to hold our breath every time it comes to the Supreme Court. And this really should be a right that's enshrined. It can't just be overturned by a simple vote like that.
Right, along with other rights we'd like to see enshrined. So what's coming up this weekend?
Yeah, so this weekend, the first event we're going to talk about is on November 15th at 2 p.m. at the Kirkland Arts Center. We are hosting our second annual Intersex...
That's Saturday, right?
Yes, Saturday. Our second annual Intersex and Transgender Day of Remembrance. So both intersex and transgender people have their separate day of remembrances in November, but because we don't really have resources, we kind of combine them into one big event so we can honor both communities. And essentially what it is it is one of the much more solemn days for the LGBTQ plus community, because we are unfortunately mourning the passing of those who are either intersex and or transgender, as well as some of the discrimination and hate crimes that were against them in the past year.
Right. And there was someone who was murdered, right, in New York. I mean, who was transgendered. So what will people do at this event? Like at a day of remembrance, or like what happens?
So we do understand that there are plenty of people in the community who don't quite know the definition of intersex and or transgender.
Yeah.
So it is both a day of mourning and informing. So I will be the master of ceremonies per se, and will be giving explanations for both days. After my explanations and saying what these identities are and why we're here today, we are going to hear from speakers from all identities. We have some intersex and trans people and a non-binary person who's slated to speak, and they will speak on their experiences, on their identities, and how they were able to be resilient in the face of discrimination and how they got here today. We will follow that up with it's unfortunate, but there is a slideshow that is produced every year of all the people who have passed, and we will show that with some music by Lily, and then do a candle lighting at the end. So it is much more solemn, but it is a time for the community to come together and to show our strength and unity.
Right. What's the other event?
So our other event next week on the 21st is the opposite. It's much more fun, and which is probably good. We did it in the same month. You have to have both the mourning and the celebration. So on the 21st, we are at the Tram. Doors open at 6. Speakers start at 7. We're doing a Pride open mic. Nice. This is our 5th event in a series, and as of right now, it's our last one that's planned. We may do more in the future, but right now it's the last one that's planned. It's just an open mic for LGBTQ people and allies to speak about being LGBTQ. We already have some speakers who are interested, but since this go-round is open mic, you could come and just sign up while you're there and tell your story.
To talk, So these events were very successful.
Yes, they have been.
So what were the past events in this series? They were called Pride Tales, right?
Yeah, they were called Pride Tales at the time.
It's kind of been spun off into its own thing now, but but it's done so well, which is good.
The volunteers who were doing it wanted to kind of take it across New York State, which is wonderful. We just wanted to make sure that we finished out the series for the year, and that's why we'll see next year how that goes. It used to be called Pride Tales. That one you had to sign up ahead of time to do speakers, and they were wonderful turnouts. I think you were there for a few of them, Ron.
I was there for a few of those. Yep.
And we would fill up the tram and just have a really great time hearing people's stories. I mean, some of the stories, of course, were heavy. We're talking about a variety of experiences. But it was wonderful to see the community come out and hear stories and to really support each other in our experiences of being LGBTQ+.
Right. So, one more time, when is that event?
The open mic is at the Tramontaine Cafe, otherwise known as the Tram, on Friday, November 21st.
So a week from Friday.
Yes.
And when is the other event this weekend?
This weekend, it'll be November 15th at 2 p.m. at the Kirkland Arts Center.
And that is a day of remembrance?
Yes.
Ace Morreale was here from the Oneida County Pride Alliance. When we come back, we joined by musical guest, Ophelia's Looking Glass. I'm Ron Klopfanstein, and you're in the hot seat on a Media Monday. More after the break. Welcome back to the show. On the next Hot Seat Media Monday, we'll be hanging out with concert organizer Utica DIY. I think they're a concert organizer. There's someone on Instagram I think is really cool. So Utica DIY is going to be here next week, and documentarian Jacob Lasher, and 2 cheerleaders from Whitesboro. They were my students too, so we kind of have a theme here. Former students of mine, they were cheerleaders, and they're in Whitesboro now, and they're going to raise some money and talk about what it's like to be a cheerleader and all the athletic stuff about that. That will be Monday, November 17th. But right now, Jessica and Jennifer Lawrence are here. They are Ophelia's Looking Glass here in the studio now. Welcome, Jessica and Jennifer Lawrence. Hey, so what is Ophelia's Looking Glass? Of course, you're a musical act, but what's the name and what are you guys all about?
We're inspired by, Ophelia is inspired by the heroine
Is it Hamlet?
Yeah, Shakespeare's Hamlet.
Why is she a heroine? Maybe you could describe to people who she was.
I feel like she was, she went through a lot of
she committed suicide.
tragedy, yes.
Yeah,
and just because she was, in that time period, being a woman and being neglected.
Oppressed
as a woman and being, I feel like she was one person that really knew what was going on. But she was
good observation.
Yes, but she was depicted as, hysterical and mad. And there's also power in madness, so we kind of try to embrace that in our music.
Oh, I like that. You know what? And I really like that insight that she knew what was happening. As an English professor, ELA teacher, that's really cool. I'm like, I feel like she is symbolic for women around the world too. About not being silenced.
Yes, speaking your mind and empowering yourself, and agency and
how
autonomy.
do you guys do that with your music? You guys do that with your music, right?
We try to speak of, embracing and channeling the muse of fire and your strength and your inner Medusa, and just really, embracing empowerment, strength, from fortitude, and, kind of just like finding your own voice and your own unique beauty.
Yeah.
And there's the Alice in Wonderland aspect, the fantastical, the madness. Right. We're all mad here, and we're all unique spirits. We're twin souls,
And you guys are twins yourself, which is interesting because, that kind of connection that you must have, as artists who are twins, I would think,
It's very cosmic.
Yeah. How so?
It's just a telepathic connection, you just. I think it's really hard to express into words. It's just very
just happens.
Mystical.
Yeah, like if we think of a line for a song, sometimes she'll be thinking the same thing.
Oh my gosh!
And it'll kind of be like a mental connection.
That. I love that.
Twin telepathy, Jedi prowess.
We had a pair of twins 3 weeks ago. They said the same thing, twin telepathy too.
Oh, I saw that. I watched it.
Yes,
Beetlejuice.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So let's hear a song.
Oh, absolutely.
So what song are we going to hear? And so tell us about the song. Let's hear one of your songs.
Well, we're about to unleash our inner Jabberwocky.
I love that. I'm an Alice in Wonderland fan. I'm a huge fan.
This one actually is it's an original called Daddy's Little Monster.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and it's influenced by Frankenstein.
Okay,
Mary
great.
Shelley's Frankenstein. It's about kind of expressing yourself, being true to who you are, no matter who tries to bring you down.
I like that.
It's a slice of angsty rebellion.
Good, yeah. Well, it sounds like an Ophelia song.
It's very, definitely Ophelia channeling.
Yes.
So here we go. Ophelia's Looking Glass. They're getting set up here. Jessica Lawrence, Jennifer Lawrence. Daddy's Little Monster we're going to hear.
Daddy's Little Monster.
So I embarrass you, a freak like me in bloom. I don't love to please you, and I know what I want. Why do you try to make me feel humiliation? Out on my tongue in silent indignation, I'll deliver some to match your intimidation. Picture Frankenstein, I am your creation. I don't give a damn what you think of me and my bad reputation. Sorry I don't like the way I act, sorry I don't like my style. I'm not just daddy's little girl, I'm daddy's little monster. I'm so frustrated by your drunken apathy, the way that you play me, turning tables with your hurtful words. Dissect me to death. Who the hell are you to decide when it's holy, when it's right? You're never there when I really needed you. Butcher my heart, I'll stitch it back up. Picture Frankenstein, I am your creation. I don't give a damn what you think of me and my bad reputation. Sorry I don't like the way I act, sorry I don't like my style. I'm not just daddy's little girl, I'm daddy's little monster. So, psychoanalyze me, call me me crazy, manic depressive. At least I'm not repressive, controlling or oppressive. I may be a little obsessive. At least I'm not bored and dead inside, like you. So what? So what? So what? So what? I'm not the apple of your eye. So what? You're such an ego crush. So what? I'll suck your venom out. So what? You don't like the way I act. So what? You don't like my style. I'm not just Daddy's little girl. I'm Daddy's little monster. I'm Daddy's little monster. I'm Daddy's little monster. Daddy's little monster. Sorry I don't like the way I talk. Sorry I don't like little emotional me. Sorry I'm not a good little sociopath. Sorry you're so casually cruel. Victor Frankenstein, I am more than your creation. My autonomy is more than
Interesting. Good song. Wow. So this Daddy's Little Monster sounds like someone who's really just very like self-possessed.
Yes.
Who knows her own mind. Like kind of like what Ophelia maybe wanted to be, right?
Yes, the person she couldn't be because of the constraints of society she was in. You know, in Hamlet, you know, chastising her, you know, saying "get thee to a nunnery," and just chastising her, seeing a woman as, you know, less than, you know, just as seeing her as a monster, you know. We are, you know, you make us, you know, you are what we make of, you know, monsters are what you make of, you know, we make monsters of us, you know, and just blaming her and just, and that whole, and I feel like in that time period there was a lot of, you know, oppression and, you know, that repressive sense.
Do you feel that this song could speak to women like in this time period too?
Yes, I think there's still, women, I think in this time period, I think there is that sense where there's, whether it's a parent or authority figure, you know, anything, or just, you know, any figure in their life they might feel oppressed by or just
it sounds like
misunderstood.
Like in your song, the person, it sounds like he's being characterized as a monster, but really is not. You know, they're just someone who knows what they want.
Yeah,
you know?
they are very true to who they are and their autonomy.
Autonomy. I like that. Yes, right. Yeah. So since you guys are in place, why don't you perform another song for us? What will the song be called? And like, we can just go right into it here.
This is called "Tell Me."
Tell me. So Ophelia's Looking Glass, and this is Jessica and Jennifer Lawrence.
And it's the idea of, you know, breaking the silence and the uncertainty of not being, you know, not knowing how, you know, someone you might want to be intimate with feels about you, and trying to encourage someone to express their true feelings and to break the silence and confess their true, authentic feelings.
So Ophelia's Looking Glass.
Do you wanna want me? Do you wanna know me? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Make it crystal clear. Break my heart awake yet. Just get lost in translation. Did you ever change of heart halfway through the drive? I commit, would they make it worth the miles? What do you want from me? What do you want from all this? Make it crystal clear. Break my heart awake yet. Can you really live without this? Will it cost you too much? Can I forgive your distance? Do you fear my resistance? Are you struggling with your existence? Make it crystal clear. Break my heart awake yet. Tell me your love song is about me. Say the things left unsaid. Tell me again how I fascinate you. Tell me it's not all in my head. Tell me your mind staring at my phone just to see your name. There's only so much waiting I can take. No, your silence would break me. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Make it crystal clear. Do you rest easy while I I stay awake? Are you pushing me away with ultimatums? Make it crystal clear. Break my heart and wake it. Are you afraid of what you feel? Do you think I don't care? Can we just enjoy the moment? Are you afraid to jinx it? Are you dwelling worse mistakes? Am I still your queen? Make it crystal clear. Break my heart and wake it. I'm just one of many muses. Should we keep it casual? Do you think I don't desire? Do I play it too cool? This is more than a roleplay fantasy. Make it crystal clear. Break my heart, awaken it. Tell me your love song is about me. Say the things left unsaid. Tell me how I fascinate you. Tell me it's not all in my head. Tell me in your mind, staring at my phone to see your name. There's only so much waiting I can take. No, your silence could break me. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Make it crystal clear. I want to show you, I want you to want me, I want you to hold me, I want you to know me. I miss your laugh and your dangerous gaze. For spontaneous fun, I taught you a secret language. Connect so strongly, we speak at such ease. If your heart is slipping sound like to be the one who wakes it. I love you so gently. If you just let me. If I get too close, I cast my spell on you. I get tipped around your insecurities. I can't keep selling what you're not buying. Tell me your love song is about me. Say the thing left unsaid. Tell me how I fascinate you. Tell me it's not all in my head. Tell me your mind, staring at my phone to see your name. There's only so much waiting I can say. No, your silence could break me. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Tell me, tell me, tell me, tell me the truth. Make it crystal clear. I'll tell you the truth, just to watch you blush. You won't give me a reason to stay, so I start to feel proud. So I start to shut down. Talk to me, trust me, taste me, touch me, take me, woo me, impress me, and serenade me. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear. Tell me the truth, make it crystal clear.
So that was Tell Me. Now let me ask you, that's such a clear song. It's crystal clear itself and like what it's demanding of the listener. Do you, I would imagine that you guys like use music to communicate with people. What response do you get from people? Like when you perform these songs, like, you know, these songs, like they really do have like so much emotion. At times there's a bit of anger too. And like they're kind of provoking. So like what kind of response do you guys get with this? You guys can sit down too if you want. Yeah. This was great, this performance you guys were giving us here. So
It was fun.
I just love like the strength and the boldness of your lyrics and your presentation too. And I'm wondering, like, I imagine audience members do too. What do women think of you guys?
I remember when someone had heard Tell Me they could relate to it. They said, I was just kind of having issues in a relationship that I was in. And all these parts of Tell Me, it is exactly what I was going through.
Yeah,
and I could just relate to that.
Frustration that people sometimes feel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is great as a writer that you guys did that. You know, that's really good work. So, yeah.
I think you're right. Definitely, like, there can be the ineffable, you know, feelings that are hard to express, and then you put it in a song, and then, you know, someone else can say, oh, yeah, I can relate to that. You know, I've been through that, and, like you said, there's frustration and miscommunication and just alienation.
And are you guys able to like let go of things after you've written a song about it?
Yeah, it's
I would
definitely
imagine it must be cathartic.
Yes, very. I was just going to say that. Very cathartic. Very. Yeah, it's definitely a release of pent up feelings.
Now, have you always performed together? Have you ever performed solo or with other people?
I did musicals.
Like in school and stuff?
Yeah, when I was younger and in college. And I did. I know I did Macbeth.
Oh, that's right. That's how I first met.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
right.
I first met you.
Yep.
I did that. It was fun. And I did. And I used to perform like musical theater.
How about you? I mean, does it work better together? Is it just something that like it just works?
Yeah, we heavily, we wanted to create something unique and fresh together, and definitely both, I think, have our own strengths, and we just
there's something like
entwine.
incredibly. There's something about your voices that blend so well, and sometimes musical groups, like I listen to the Pointer Sisters too, and like their voices are distinct, and like that blends well too. Your voices seem like kind of similar, and like the blending is amazing. Like it's really powerful. Like I think like your music, like it takes the lyrics that you've written, which are strong in themselves, and like by having both of you do it together, it makes it like twice as strong. And I think that's really great.
Thank you.
I think Ophelia would be really proud.
She would crawl out of her grave and dance.
Absolutely, yes.
With the daisies.
Now, if people want like more information about Ophelia's Looking Glass, like where you're going to perform or like what you're up to and where to hear music and stuff, like where can they find out more?
We're on social media.
Yep.
We're on like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok.
That's really the best way, I think.
I think
it's
so
like,
too.
Yeah. I mean, websites are nice, but like it's social media.
Yeah, if you go on social media more nowadays.
If you don't have time to go to websites,
like,
www.
No, they want to take it in. They're like, I'm already on social media. It's on my wall.
Right. What do you have coming up like soon? Anything coming up recently, or I mean, not recently, but in the few future?
I'm working on new music, and also I'm
great.
working on setting up some things, and
Nice.
also the tram.
You guys do a lot at the tram and stuff.
Yeah, some stuff going up there.
Yeah.
Tramland's awesome sauce.
Oh yeah, it's like we gotta support that too.
It is.
It's
Artistic
like the
center.
station here, like we gotta support these things, like the
Yes.
other side, 95.5, the tram,
I
because of
concur.
us, like us people, the artists. It's like we matter.
Yeah,
so.
I think it gives a voice. Like you were mentioning about communicating.
Yes.
Music gives a voice to the disenfranchised and
the marginalized.
It's a way to connect
Yes, it does.
everyone, and everyone, and it's very universal music, a very universal language.
Right.
And like even said with Daddy's Little Monster, we actually had some people that listened to it, and they went through some struggles with their family, and it kind of helped was cathartic for them too.
Well, tell me, it was a bit cathartic for me too. Because at times, like we all feel like that about whoever we interact with. We don't say like, "Tell me exactly what you mean. Like, what's your problem here?" It's like, and your song gets that across. Yeah, it's great.
You want that, communication, and you want authenticity and honest communication.
Yes. Well, really good job here. So we've been talking to Jessica and Jennifer Lawrence from Ophelia's Looking Glass. I'll have this story about the Drawing Glass Art Show on my YouTube channel, Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages tonight at 9 p.m. I'll have this whole show online Wednesday at uticaphoenix.net/Media Monday. Our sound engineer is Jonathan Brooks. He's DJ Jay Easy. He's up next with the Easy Ride Home. Jim Hale records the show for YouTube and podcasts, and he's our AI content producer. Nabil Khan's our entertainment correspondent. I think he's in next week to tell us all about Wicked. I'm Ron Klopfanstein. I'll be back next week with another Hot Seat Media Monday.